Welcome back to another fun-filled show. I'm your host. He is Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka Blanche Stradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. Today's title is False Confidence and Low Self-Esteem. The Black Man Can't Compete. False confidence and low self-esteem. The Black Man Can't Compete. Now, I know many of you all listening to me out there, you don't hear folks talking like this. Um, you don't hear people just cutting right to the chase. The black man is weak because he has an excuse. The black man blames the white man for all of his shortcomings and downfalls. I'm trying to ask this question. How are you all determining when it's your own doing or when it's racism? I'm curious. How do you determine when you caused your demise or when it was racism? He said, well, I've noticed that you all never admit to causing your own demise. It's always the white man doing something. So I'm just trying to figure out how you're determining when it's the white man's fault and when it's your own fault. Anyway, let's just jump right into it.
I really had enough of this whole life. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Fuck every white man, woman, and child alive on this planet. All of you motherfuckers need to die. All of you do. We need to go for a global, recessive genetic purge by any means necessary. Every last one of you white man, woman, and child on this planet need to die. I really had enough of this whole life. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Fuck every white man, woman, and child alive on this planet. All of you motherfuckers need to die. All of you do. We need to go for a global, recessive genetic purge by any means necessary. Every last one of you white man, woman, and child on this planet need to die.
So this is how black people talk all the time. TV, social media, don't matter. Black people have been allowed to say whatever they want to say about white people with no consequence, zero consequence. Black people have been allowed to say whatever they want to say about white people with no consequence. You heard he just said, you notice they always talk about killing all the white people. You've never heard a white person on, I don't think you, hold up. Have you even seen a video, a personal video of a white person saying, get rid of all black people? I've never seen it. Think about it. You've never even seen a regular video from somebody's personal phone with a white person saying, we want to get rid of all black people, eradicate them. You haven't seen it. So again, Marquette, peace to the ain'ts, said that black people aren't as racist as white people, but we see that's not the case. The things that black folks can do on major TV networks, white people cannot do. Matter of fact, white folks get called racist simply for disagreeing with black people. White people get called racist for simply disagreeing with black people. But I'm going to, Real Talk Nikki said, saying all of this on the white man's app, which is hilarious, which is hilarious. I'm going to give you all an example of why the black man cannot compete with the white man.
Let me try and get it. Put your gun down. I have to bend that thing. Poor deer.
Always hurry up. No.
You think it's choking him?
Yeah.
Wake up and kick me. Wake up, Dad.
This man is performing CPR on a buck that he rescued from a fence. Now, a black person would have saw this buck in the fence, took pictures by it, took videos, gave some commentary, and drove off. White people see the buck in distress, save the buck from the fence, and now the white man is performing CPR on the buck. This is why you all cannot compete with the white man. This video perfectly illustrates why you all cannot compete with the white man. It's not even close. It's not even close. This man is performing CPR on a buck, on a deer. When you all's animals get sick, they just die. You all don't perform any life-saving measures for your pets. When your pets get sick, they just die. I've seen many black folks when a black person pets get sick, that pet is dead, and they know it. That's why the pets usually go in a corner somewhere and crawl up and die. They usually go in the corner and curl up and die because they already know. See, animals already know. Once they get a black owner, the animals already know their life expectancy is going to be cut short because y'all are so foolish. So the animals already know. You ever notice when you see white animals, white pets, they're able to run around, have a great time. They're so happy without a leash. I just saw 2 German Shepherds today. No leash, just happy, didn't want to do nothing. The black dogs, you open that fence up, they take off. Anyway, let me go back to this video. Let me get back to the video. Now, we have Erica said, plenty of color people can do this. You just happen to see this video. I challenge you, Erica, to find a video of a black person seeing an animal in distress and that black person saving that animal's life. I challenge you, Erica, to go find a video, since it happens all the time, since it's so normal, go find a video of a black person seeing an animal in distress and saving that animal's life. Please show me that video. Please show me. Let's continue.
Do mouth to mouth.
Hell no.
There's no way. Do compressions.
Oh no.
Denise said, I just want to find one black person chopping wood. Denise just said, I want to find a video of a black person chopping wood. This white man performed CPR on a buck that was caught in the fence. This white man just saved his buck's life by performing mouth to mouth. The white man did mouth to mouth on a deer and brought it back to life. Dear black man, you cannot compete with the white man. Dear black man, you cannot compete with the white man. You cannot do it. You can't, you don't have the internal fortitude, you don't have the character, you don't have the will, you don't have the grit, you don't have the mental toughness. Dear black man, you cannot compete with a man that's willing to risk his life to save an animal that is dying. You cannot compete with him. These white men were minding their own business. They saw a buck caught in the fence and decided to save that buck's life with CPR and mouth to mouth. Most black folks can't perform CPR on a human, let alone an animal. Most black people cannot perform CPR on a human, let alone another animal.
A little four-pointer.
Is that deer we just saw? It worked. What's the matter, Daddy? Huh? Stop it.
You know, when animals are in the wild and they're stuck or caught, they pray to God for a white person to show up. When animals are caught in the wild somewhere and they're hurt and they either hungry or hurt or starved, they pray to God for a white person to show up because they know a white person is not going to walk past an animal suffering and not do nothing. Now, black folks walk past animals all day suffering and people. But again, you all cannot compete with the white man. You can't compete with him. But let's continue.
Not pulling white people and Hispanic people into the Black Panthers. What they're doing is coalescing with other organized people. Because when you pull people into your movement, then they start trying to prioritize their struggles. So if you pull white women into the Panthers, well, then the Panthers will just become about white women and what they need. So white women...
You mean to tell me y'all are so weak and so pathetic that a group of people can come into your organization and just take it over? White people are that powerful that if they join your group, they can take it over? You mean to tell me that the mighty kings and queens, gods and goddesses are that weak? You mean to tell me that y'all are that weak and pathetic to where a white person can join your group and take it over? How weak and pathetic and disgusting you all are. The black man is weak. The black man is weak. You mean to tell me if a white person joins, they get to take it over? Didn't I just tell you all that black people lack the internal fortitude, the drive, the grit, the will, the esteem? They don't have it. When a white person shows up, they're automatically defeated. Let's continue. This guy's podcast is called Grits and Eggs or Cheese Grits and Catfish. Something with some food. Something with some breakfast food. Salmon, croquettes, and grits. I don't know. Something with some food. But that's his podcast.
Women, go form the Karen Coalition and figure it the fuck out. You can't co-opt a movement because what you do and historically have done is co-opt the movement and make it about yourself, which is why white feminism is not true feminism. Because white feminism was best for the white woman while all the other women of color do the work.
What else we got, baby?
Cold world.
Just think about this for a second. Think about how pathetic and weak you have to be if you've established an organization and if a white person joins it, they get to take it over. Do you know how pathetic? Black people, you all are disgusting. You all are disgusting. It's disgusting. Listen, you don't have any mental toughness. You don't have a strong will. You have a weakened spirit. You don't have it. You don't have the necessary things that you need to follow God nor achieve in this world. You can't, hold up. Y'all don't even have enough strength to follow God.
Hey,
Cold world come back, announced the fall off. He's rapping his life in reverse.
rapping that shit from finish to end. I mean, finish to start.
From finish to start.
Yeah.
Speaking of clickbait, we got that young brother Casanat.
Uh-oh.
Casanat's trying to improve his literacy.
He's reading.
The thing is this. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. The criticism that's going to come about Casanat doing this is that, well, I don't care. This is clearly a rebrand. Remember when he said that Black Americans don't have culture? Now, he's improving his literacy. Clearly, the person who says Black Americans doesn't have culture is not well read. Before I get into this,
that is a non-contextual statement. Black people have a culture, it's just trash. See, when Frank Zanu was talking, he was talking from an intellectual standpoint, meaning that black people don't have an actual culture that actually functions for a group of people to survive. In other words, you can't take black culture and practice it anywhere in the world and survive. So for example, if I take black people and drop them off in some land somewhere where there's nobody else around and they practice black culture, they'll be dead in a month, all of them. So again, you all have a culture. The culture is just trash. It's terrible.
You know, I want to say that there's a clip going. The clip is going viral where we was in the studio with T.I.
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, shit.
I just posted on my story. Niggas was like, nope, clipping that.
Yeah.
We're going to take that.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, man, we was in there. We heard the music. It was great. You'll see us again with T.I. very soon.
Yeah.
Anti-Somali protest organizer, racist, and self-proclaimed Nazi is attacked in Minnesota. What is this nigga's name? Jake Lang, I believe. He's attacked in Minnesota and he's saved by a black man. They're throwing water on him in the freezing cold. They're throwing piss at him. They're throwing rocks at him. He comes with a gash in the back of his head. He also came dressed for war. In the framework of war, the only people you should ensure are safe or can make it to safety are the people on your side. So by making sure he gets to safety in this framework of war that he came dressed for, you making sure he gets to safety is a declaration that you're on his side.
Black people love this guy, by the way. Nikki says they don't want to follow God. God requires accountability. They don't like accountability. Can't be a victim when you follow God. Amen. I'm gonna tell you something right now. People that don't take accountability are doing the will of Satan. People that don't take accountability, they're in constant communication with Satan. Constant communication, because there's no way you're talking to God and you're not accountable. Like I talk to God every day, right? I'm constantly self-reflecting. I'm like, man, I shouldn't have did. I shouldn't have said this. I should have did this. Like it's constant self-reflect. Matter of fact, if you're actually talking to God, spending time with God, you're focused on you and God and what you got to do. You ain't focused on nobody else. So the fact that black folks are able to serve God and focus on everybody else is just, I don't believe it. It's a lie. Black folks love this guy though. He said a bunch of nothing, just a bunch of nothing. Just a bunch of word salad or word, not salad, because black folks don't like healthy food. Just a bunch of word gumbo. So just a bunch of word gumbo.
Like white people's specialty is like owning resources, bro.
Yeah.
Like shit that the earth naturally produces. They like, you know what?
Let me own
that
it
now. How the fuck you gonna own some shit you didn't make?
The black man is pathetic. You heard what he just said. He just said that the white man is God. He just said that white people are gods. He just said that white people are able to own natural resources. He just said that white people are able to own natural resources. How? How? Y'all have the melanin. Y'all are one with the ether and the cosmos. Y'all have the pineal gland. Y'all have the God gene, the Eve gene. You all are gods and gods and kings. Like y'all have all the attributes. And the white man still able to defeat y'all. It just don't make any sense to me. The white man came from the caves on all fours and conquered ancient Kemet. The white man came from the caves on all fours, took over Egypt. The white man came from the caves on all fours and just totally enslaved black people. He's your God. The white man is your God and the white woman. Play it again.
This is like white people's specialty. It's like owning resources, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're like shit that the earth naturally produces. They like, you know what?
Let me own
that
it
now. How the fuck you gonna own some shit you didn't make?
And it's crazy because God has given us
everything.
Everything.
We don't need any. We really don't need anything.
Don't need
a lot
anything.
of this shit is like, yo, you niggas are crazy.
Because anytime you hear
So imagine them saying that God gave it, but white people were able to take it. So what they're saying is that white people are so powerful, they can take it from God. White people are so powerful, they can take it from God. Now look at Eclipse. Now look at Eclipse. Eclipse says there was no such thing as white people then, bro. See, this problem with y'all is y'all know too much. Y'all know too much of the wrong stuff. Y'all know a bunch of stuff don't make it, it's unnecessary. You know a bunch of frivolous, unnecessary information. That's your problem. Instead of knowing God's word, y'all know what the white man was. You don't know nothing. Black folks know a whole bunch of trivial information. Not how to start a fire, not how to build a cabin, not how to hunt, fish, none of that. Black folks know a bunch of trivial stuff, just trivial stuff. Man, the white man was created by Yakub. Yakub created the white man. The white man ain't even human. He part animal. He's a beast. So you mean to tell me a beast was able to conquer y'all? Make it make sense.
Somebody says something derogatory about you, and they don't really know you, it's usually projection, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they call African Americans lazy. It's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna call the people who actually, as slaves, would work until the muscles came off their bones?
Right.
That's
right.
who you call them lazy.
So my question for you all is, come to slavery. First of all, so what labor were the slaves doing? What labor was causing the muscle to come off the bone? What labor? Tell me. You can't say picking cotton, because picking cotton was for 2 months out of the year. So please tell me, what was the back-breaking labor they were doing? Now, all of the tropes that people have had throughout history have matched the people. So when they said Native Americans, so listen, when they said Native Americans were savages, it was because of what they was doing. They were scalping each other, practicing cannibalism, scalping, brutal, like they savages. No regard for human life. So there was a reason they called them savages. So my question is, why is it when it comes to black folks, though, it ain't true? If the Indians were savages, and we can point to why they were called savages, so if black folks were lazy, it's probably true. Because black folks ain't built nothing without pressure from the white man. Okay, so his podcast is called Grits and Eggs, Deontay Kyle. And Deontay Kyle is a propaganda machine. That's all. He's just a propaganda, liberal, Democrat propaganda machine. Now listen, let me see how delusional black people are. This guy wants me to stop my show so he can come on Instagram Live with me. This guy wants me to stop everything I'm doing to bring him on IG Live so he can talk. So he can talk. So he can get his word out. He can get his thoughts across.
That built this country.
That built the whole country.
Right. This is where people start.
Show me where and how black people built the country. Show me. Show me black people building the country. Show it to me. Show me black people building the country. Show me. Show me where slaves were doing industrial work like building buildings. What, slaves built the White House? How about them skyscrapers? How about the actual trains that go on the railroad? Black folks got paid for that, like everybody else did. So this quote unquote building that black folks were doing, everybody else was building too. Everybody else in America was working too. This notion that it was just black folks working in America is dumb. Everybody was working. Everybody was working back then. The Irish, the Polish, the Jews, the whites, Native Americans, black, everybody working back then. You had to. Wasn't no welfare. You had to work.
calling me a black nationalist, but I don't be giving a
No,
shit
it's-
because it's like honestly, it's just economy.
It's practical.
We have our own economy, and a big part of our economy is literally propping up other groups of people, right? Through our
we have
consumption.
to be very intentional. Let's not do it for the likes. Let's not do it for the fanfare. Do it because you see where life is going, and if you have children, you want your kids to live a better life in a community.
Yes, the Asians, the Chinese built the railroads. Now, does anybody believe that Deontay and this guy are going to build anything? Is anybody convinced that Deontay and this guy are going to build anything in the black community? Anybody convinced? Is anybody convinced that these two black men talking are going to do a single thing? Who believes they are? Who believes it?
That not only looks like you, that's very inviting, that has the same value system as you do, and no one is going to do it except us.
A lot of times these money gurus and these like self-help people, or these guys that come with you with turn this into this, 10x, all this shit. All the money that they making is off selling you the
course.
It's off the.
Now that's true. All the money they make is off selling y'all the dream. That's true. But Truth Unfolded said the fact that he's able to have a podcast brand like he does debunks his whole point. It does. Think about it. If America's racist, he wouldn't have his podcast. If America was racist, black folk would not be allowed to have podcasts. If America was racist, Candace Owens at one time, I don't know if she still does, but she had the #1 podcast in the world. If America's racist, that'd be impossible. You see, black folks have never even seen racism because true racism, like that caste system in India, where you can't do nothing. You can't have if you black, no podcast. If you black, no college, no podcast, no nothing. But the fact that he's able to get on his podcast every day and talk about white people, America can't be racist and make money. He's making money talking about white people. Come on.
Killing ourselves in the community, like we're in Houston. You can't go out to to a club or restaurant, and shout out to all my buddies who do it. But we have to rethink, how we do these things, because then you get there, they charge you $100 if you're driving a nice car. They kind of gauge what kind of car you're driving. I'm like, my buddy just paid you $20. Why are you charging me $100?
Right.
And then you get in, the service is crap, but then they're charging you $200 for lamps. It's the the crack.
It's not white people doing it though. It's your own people doing it. It's your own people doing it. This is what I'm talking. Like they're talking about white people, but all of their angst are against black people. Listen, you go to the club on white night. I've seen it 1,000 times. On white night, it costs $5 to park, maybe 10 to get in or free to get in on white night. On white night, it might cost you something to park. You get in free, you know you're going to spend money inside on white night. The very same club the next night, it will be 40 to park, 60 to get in. The same club. White night, free. Black night, give me 60. But America's racist.
The drug dealer mentality. This is what I'm saying.
And people would say, why don't I read the news or what? Because it's the same bullshit. I hate hearing the same thing when we know what the solution is.
Right.
It's like hearing people complain about, it's like you complain about the same thing over and over again. And I'm looking at you, I know you know what the solution is.
Right. At some point, it's just like, well, you just like the
complaint. You just like to complain.
Yeah.
If this ain't the skillet calling the pot black, if this ain't a cast iron skillet calling the kettle black, no, he didn't just say, all y'all want to do is complain. No, he didn't just say, all y'all want to do is complain, as if that ain't what he does on his show every single. That's what they're doing right now is complaining. They're not going to build nothing. They are not going to build a single thing. You've never seen a man build anything talking about being oppressed. You've never seen a man build anything talking about what somebody else was doing. He's too busy building. Again, the black man is weak. He doesn't have the internal fortitude. He doesn't have the esteem. He doesn't have the drive. He doesn't have the knowledge. He doesn't have the spirit. He's weak. He's defeated. The black man cannot compete with the white man. He can't do it. We just saw a white man perform CPR on a deer caught in a fence. He saved the deer's life. The black man is weak.
You know, and I'm not saying that our gripe is valid, but we have to come up with solutions, and there are solutions in front of us.
I got a solution. I guess the guy talking name is Michael Morris. I got a solution. Go build something. Top Perk said, why are we talking like Africans and Caribbeans like they were successful? Exactly. Let's continue.
Field, he said, ain't too many across the field. He said, ain't too many quarterbacks that can make that throw. And then remember when they was going to do the 2-point conversion? After they scored, the coach pulled Shador out the game. He's hot. You pull him out the game and run a trick play and y'all lose the game. I'm telling you, I believe that coach has the full support of the NFL. They have made it their business to destroy Shador's career.
Now, who believes that Shador Sanders is an elite quarterback in the NFL? Who believes that? Who believes that Shador Sanders is making throws that very few quarterbacks can make in the NFL? Who believes that? Who believes that? Nobody.
But my advice to Shador, stay focused. Keep doing what you're doing. I do believe his ancestors are with him, and I do believe the Almighty God are going to see to it that he gets his redemption.
The black man is weak. Umar Johnson can tell you the NFL is racist, but he can't open a school up. They gave him 2 buildings for a school. He was gifted 2 buildings. He didn't pay for those buildings. Those buildings were abandoned. The city gave Umar Johnson those buildings, and he still can't open a school up. What would be the reason for the Browns to sabotage Shador? What would be the reason? Other than to create propaganda. Like, if it's to make him seem like a victim, I'll go with you. If it's to make him seem like he's a victim and propaganda and reinforce racism, I go with you on that. But to just sabotage it for no reason, I just don't see why. Right, Denise. The black plumbers and electricians cheated on him. They did. He even said it. He said he couldn't get the school done right until he hired white contractors. He said that out of his own mouth. He said the white contractor did him right. He said the white contractors did him right. The black ones cheated him. And the school is not open. He can tell you NFL is racist, but the school, you can't open that. The black man is weak. black man is weak.
To a large number of Negro leaders who have consistently
I'm trying to, let me just start going in order. Oh, man. Shoot.
People lose their minds when they don't like the result. Yes, we saw.
I didn't want this one. What's going on? Is that the one I wanted?
I'm gonna say this. I'm a resident of this city. I was born in Atlanta. Yes, graded baby, you might say. 1940. And I'm really saying it because I want y'all to understand how I grew up. I thought all Caucasians were poor and all black folks were rich. This is the truth. Because all the businesses in my whole environment was owned by black people. The filling station, the grocery store, the realty companies, the movies, the ice cream dairies, the bakeries, everything in my whole community. I was brought up by Atlanta University, Clark, Morehouse, Lloyd Brown, in that area. And everything in that area was black owned. So I lived long enough, I'm 77 now, to see all these black businesses and the people like he brought up Herman Russell. I remember when he was in a pickup truck, I stayed next the street over from him. When somebody needed something done to a wall, they'd say, go get Herman. He'll come and fix it. He was in a pickup truck, he wasn't a millionaire. But I'm saying that to give y'all something to build on. Where did the black businesses go?
So let's go back. Now, I tell this story that I spoke with at the time, he said he was the youngest freedom fighter. He talked about that infamous incident where they had tried to burn the bus up. And he said that in his neighborhood, he said the only white person that he saw, he said was the milkman and somebody else. But he said that everything was black owned. He said there was never a such thing as a thought of white people had anything better than black people. He said that didn't exist. Now, this is a man out of his own mouth. He told me this. He grew up in the same area over off Auburn Avenue as King did. He said we didn't want anything white folks had. Nothing. He said there was never a thought that we were inferior or had less than white people. He said there wasn't even a thought. You didn't even see it. Whites over there, blacks over here. So where'd that come from? Where'd this notion come from that black folks were inferior and didn't have what white people had? Where'd it come from? That idea was introduced. They didn't see it in practice. That had to be introduced to them. They were told these things, and they were lies. I'm gonna play it again. You listen to me. Play it again.
But I want to say this. I'm a resident of this city. I was born in Atlanta. Yes, graded baby, you might say. 1940. And I'm really saying it because I want y'all to understand how I grew up. I thought all Caucasians were poor and all black folks were rich. This is the truth. Because all the businesses in my whole environment was owned by black people. The filling station, the grocery store, the realty companies, the movies, the ice cream dairies, the bakeries, everything in my whole community. I was brought up by Atlanta University, Clark, Morehouse, Lloyd Brown, in that area. And everything in that area was black owned. So I lived long enough, I'm 77 now, to see all these black businesses and the people like he brought up Herman Russell. I remember when he was in a pickup truck, I stayed next the street over from him. When somebody needed something done to a wall, they'll say, go get Herman. He'll come and fix it. He was in a pickup truck. He wasn't a millionaire. But I'm saying that to give y'all something to build on. Where did the black businesses go?
This guy's podcast is, his page is I Keep It Classic, and his podcast is Politics in Black Barbershops. I think that's his podcast, I think. Yeah, that's it. That's his podcast. But his name is I Keep It Classic. But he asked a good question, where did businesses go? Now the question is, where did they go? Top Herc asked, why aren't more blacks homeschooling? Well, Top Herc, you got to be able to read to homeschool. Black folks can't read. So how do you go homeschool somebody? The child trying to know how to read, you can't read. How does that gonna work? So yeah, you gotta be able to read to homeschool. So that's why more blacks are homeschooling. Somebody else had a comment. Prudence said, communism is the death of community and private business, and they got black people to destroy from within. Dear God, it's a mess out here. It's true. Black folks don't realize that their whole identity is from communism. So they'll always go against their best interest. They'll always do it because your whole foundation is communism. You know? So somebody said it's about law. What law got rid of black businesses? What law? What law said you got to close your black business? What law said that? What law did white folks create that said you got to get rid of your own business? There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such a thing. Let's continue.
Another bag. I shifted, I worked the phones for President Obama back when he was running. And then I shifted maybe a few years ago because traveling to New York, conversations I would have with Democrats was more about me being oppressed and me being a victim. And now when I travel to Texas and I go to Nashville and I go to these Republican enclaves, it was more about opportunity, about business, right? About how do we structure, our environment and our mindset to have opportunities to make money and reinvest in our communities. It was more about opportunity as opposed to the conversations I'll have in New York with the Central Park liberals about how I'm oppressed and I'm a victim and I should feel. It was all about feeling. It wasn't about action, right? So that's kind of shifted my mindset. And
let me stop right here. So the question is, black folks love bringing up Black Wall Street. Why was Black Wall Street destroyed? Why was Black Wall Street destroyed? And was it one-sided? Meaning, was it just white people attacking black people, or was it a conflict between white and black? You see, when they tell the story, they'll always tell you the story from the black person being a victim. They'll never tell you what started this stuff and what happened. They'll never tell you this. They're going to make you seem like black people were just sitting at home and they came in bombing. It's not true. It's not true. You know it's not true? Because they rebuilt Black Wall Street better than it was before. They rebuilt Black Wall Street better than it was before. And you know what killed it? Integration. Not bombs, not the white man, integration. Not white supremacy, not racism. Integration killed the new and improved Black Wall Street. Integration. So again, we're talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma. We got to be honest. What actually happened? What actually happened? You think white folks lost their life too? You think it was just all black folks dying? You think it's just black folks sitting there minding their business got attacked? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. They rebuilt Black Wall Street. You see, black people take adversity and make it racism. So when they rebuilt Black Wall Street better than before, clearly the reason it was destroyed wasn't because of that. If they rebuilt Black Wall Street better than before and nobody touched it, then clearly the reason it was burnt down the first time was for some other reason, not race, not racism. If it was about racism, they'd burn down again. They didn't. So what made the white folks not burn down again? You never notice when these Black things get rebuilt, they go untouched? Isn't it funny how they'll tell you that white folks destroyed all these Black towns, but then when they rebuilt them, MLK came and destroyed them? The irony of blaming the white man when in actuality, the Black man came and destroyed it for good. The Black man came and destroyed it for good. Man, let's continue.
And the cat's out of the bag. I shifted, I worked the phones for President Obama back when he was running. And then I shifted maybe a few years ago because traveling to New York, conversations I would have with Democrats was more about me being oppressed and me being a victim. And I would travel to Texas and I go to Nashville and I go to these Republican enclaves. It was more about opportunity, about business, right? About how do we structure, our environment and our mindset to have opportunities to make money and reinvest in our communities. It was more about opportunity as opposed to the conversations I'll have in New York with the Central Park liberals about how I'm oppressed and I'm a victim and I should feel. It was all about feeling. It wasn't about action, right? So that's kind of shifted my mindset. And I'll divulge this, you won't be happy, but I had a lot of people, Black females, voted for Republican for the first time in the last election because they didn't like where it was going about telling children who they are and all these liberal policies that don't make any sense from a value standpoint to us. That was one of the key things for me. Like, just voting for that party didn't really match with my value set, right? Yeah. Spiritually, also economically. I didn't like how, during the previous administration, we had a flood of illegal immigrants coming in. I was seeing people in Chicago. I would travel to Chicago and folks in those neighborhoods.
So I'm going to say this again. There is no racism, and Black people are protected under the law. See, this notion is that Black folks weren't protected under the law. They weren't protected. So in other words, think about it. Think about what he's saying now. So you mean to tell me there was a time in American history where white people could do anything to Black people? Listen, just listen. Put your thinking caps on. Not your wave cap, not your fitted cap, put your thinking cap on. There was a time in American history where Black folks had no protection under the law. That means that a white person could do what everyone does to a Black person, nothing would happen. So you mean to tell me with a prime opportunity to just slaughter all the Black people, white folks didn't do it? You mean to tell me that the white people had the law on their side? They had the government, they had the law, and Black folks were not protected, and white people had free reign to go and slaughter as many Black folks as they could. And you mean to tell me that these white people, these savage, barbaric, or barbarian white people, these savage beasts of white people, these devils, you mean to tell me that these white people had the law behind them, had the government behind them, and had the guns, and they didn't go and slaughter all the Black people? Now, okay. Let's reverse it. Let's reverse it. If Black people under law could go out right now and kill white people, what would happen? I'm asking the question again. If Black people had the law behind them, they were protected by the law to go out there and purge white people, what do you think would happen? Because when white folks had it, they didn't slaughter Black people. They didn't slaughter Black people. You didn't see thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of Black folks getting slaughtered. You didn't see that. You didn't see it. There's no point in history where white people had everything on their side and they went and slaughtered hundreds of thousands of black people. But we do know there's documented things in history of black people slaughtering each other, whether it be Africans or black folks over here. We know now they do it now. Y'all know that 60% of the homicides in the black community go unsolved. 60%. That means that black folks are able to kill 6 out of 10 people and not get in trouble. 60% of homicides in the black community go unsolved. That means that black people are able to kill 6 out of 10 people with no consequence. You see, that's what happens when you have protection under the law. That's what it looks like, a slaughter. So if white people had all the advantage and they didn't slaughter you all, then guess what? They ain't that bad. Because we know if black folks had a green pass, a green light to go slaughter white folks, they would do it in the hundreds, in the millions. In the millions. There would be millions of white folks dead. Millions. How we know this? In South Africa, what are they doing to the farmers? In South Africa, when the Africans have protection of the law, what are they doing to the white farmers? They're just killing them. So again, y'all can bring up this stuff, but it don't make sense. It don't make sense because it's not true. It's not true. That's why. Because it's not true. It's just not true. And we got to start saying this stuff. It's not true. It's just not true.
Two tail to Atlanta, man. You know what I'm saying? In 2016, we were number 3 in America for income inequality. We moved to number 1. Yeah, Atlanta's a great place for a lot of things, but we're number 1 in income inequality. Like, it's terrible when you get to the economic side and what we could have been, man. And you think about Maynard Jackson made 60 new black millionaires in his first 8 years. When he left office, you know what his last speech was? Richard, I'm sure you heard. He said, I'm afraid, I'm ashamed to come down here. City council's a bunch of cowards. They canceled his contract at the airport, didn't give him no money. The white folks who really own the economic engine in Atlanta told Herman Russell and all the black folks, if y'all lift one finger to help him, y'all niggas will not get no insurance for your bonding. That's what they told. Nobody gave Maynard, I think Maynard died of a heart attack at the airport, but he died of a heartbreak, man. Yeah. Imagine you created black millionaires in Atlanta, and nobody lifted a finger to help you, man. You had to go get a job elsewhere because the white folks did not like that he created the 25%, the 30% minority participation.
Well, let's say what really happened. We all know that a black politician is a crook. We know this. So imagine you're white and a black politician who is ran by communists wants to make the city of Atlanta more communist. What are you going to do? Imagine you're white and you see communists, because see, this is the problem. Black people think that white folks don't know what's going on. This is the assumption. White people know who's backing who. White people know who's backing Maynard Jackson, who was backing him. He knows what this stuff leads to. He knows what it leads to. They know. You got a bunch of communist, Marxist black people gaining power in the city. That means the city's going to be destroyed. Look at Atlanta now. That means the city is going to be destroyed. Anywhere you have allowed black people to run a city has been destroyed. So you all are penalizing white people for having some sense. White folks see the writing on the wall. They see it. So you want them to sit by and just be destroyed so y'all can just destroy the city? No. So we know that Maynard Jackson, as a black politician, we know if he made 60 black folks millionaires, it was a lot of shady business going on. We know for them to come together and say, you can't do business with us no more, we know he did something. See, the problem with black folks is it ain't just doing business with somebody black, it's what comes with that. See, the problem is that black people are led by communists. They don't have a free thought or a free mind. So when they come into the fold, you're literally inviting communism into the fold. You're asking white folks to sacrifice everything just to not seem racist. It's crazy. Just to say, I did business with a black man. Just to say, I did business with a black man. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much that comes with black people. It's too much that comes with it. It's too much. Just look at when black people run a city and what happens to it. Buckhead was about to annex itself from the city of Atlanta. Buckhead pays the majority of taxes for it. If Buckhead had left Atlanta, the city would have went bankrupt. If Buckhead had left Atlanta, the city would have gone bankrupt. Now, why did Buckhead want to leave Atlanta? Because these folks have million-dollar homes, multi-million-dollar homes and condos, and y'all are black folks are spinning the block, shooting people in front of places where you go inside, they selling Gucci, Fendi, Louis, all the high-end stores. You got black folks spinning the block, and you had the mayor doing nothing about it, blaming white folks, talking about they racist. Imagine you come outside, some black folks shooting, you talk about it, you racist. So again, Buckhead said we about to leave. If Buckhead had left, they would have bankrupted the city of Atlanta. That's under black leadership. You can't name any cities where black folks running where it's not running to the ground. None. None. Zero. And listen, I know what I'm saying sounds bad, but guess what? You can't say I'm lying, though. You can't call me a liar. Say whatever you want to say about me, but you can't call me a liar. It's what you can't do. What you can't do. Maybe we have time for one more video. Here we go. Let's end on a fun note. Should I play this one or I'll save that one. I'll play this one.
It's gay. I'ma tell you right now to your face.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, man.
You want to talk about everybody else, wife, kids, and everybody, but when somebody say something about you, y'all got to go to therapy.
Our chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. Kids is dirty and nasty.
Hey, look here, boy. I'm gonna give you an out. You leave me alone, I'm gonna leave you alone. But if you don't, it's gonna be more monkey business.
I'm the bad guy.
Now, the irony of Corey Holcomb making himself like a monkey. The irony, Corey Holcomb.
It's gay. I'ma tell you right now to your face.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, man.
You want to talk about everybody else, wife, kids, and everybody, but when somebody say something about you, y'all got to go to therapy.
Our chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink. The kids is dirty and nasty. Kids is dirty and nasty.
Hey, look here, boy. I'm gonna give you an out. You leave me alone, I'm gonna leave you alone. But if you don't, it's gonna be more monkey business.
I'm the bad.
So Corey done made himself a monkey. Now, you would think that black folks were so traumatized by being called monkey all the time, they wouldn't do stuff like this. You would think that pro-black Corey would have chosen another skit to use besides a monkey because the monkey is so racist and offensive. But now he chose the monkey. He chose the monkey. Thank you, Anthony Labrachiac, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Charles, every video or pic of men 70 stories in the air building skyscrapers are white men. I have yet to see a black man in any of these photos and videos. Read it again. Every video or pic of men 70 stories in the air building skyscrapers are white men. I have yet to see a black man in any of these photos and videos. Please tell me, when y'all say y'all built the country, what are y'all talking about? Please tell me. What are y'all talking about? When y'all say y'all built the whole country, what are y'all talking about? Because most black folks, most of y'all can't swim. So that means y'all didn't build no bridges, no boats. Y'all didn't build the boats or bridges, nothing. Nothing to do with water. You afraid of heights. Y'all didn't build any buildings. What did y'all build? You didn't build the trains. So y'all didn't build the trains. You didn't build the boats. You didn't build the buildings. What did y'all build when y'all say y'all built America? Please tell me. Please tell me. Listen, y'all. Listen, I love y'all. Hope you're having a blessed evening. I will see y'all again on Saturday. Hope y'all have a blessed evening. I love y'all. Have fun at church, Nikki. Want y'all have a blessed night. And remember, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. You gotta talk to black folks like you gotta tell black folks, listen, y'all, you can do it. I believe in you. I don't believe that the white man can hold you back. I don't believe that racism can hold you back. I don't believe that anything in this world can hold you back. As long as you trust God, you can conquer anything. Greater is he that is in me that is in the world. So if you all put your faith and trust in Jesus, you will be able to move mountains. But if you don't, you talk to the ancestors or some fake gods, Oshun and all them, or you do all that witchcraft and foolishness, you're going to suffer. So choose Christ and succeed. Choose the fake gods and the pyramids and the ankhs and the third eyes and all that. Choose that mysticism and black magic. Choose that and lose. Those are your choices. Listen, I love y'all and I'll see y'all soon. Thank you.